Have you ever felt like your patience is running out with the people around you? That every provocation or obstacle feels unbearable? What if I told you there's a way to shield your mind from stress, stay calm in even the worst situations, and never lose your patience again? The Stoic philosophers knew this over 2,000 years ago. They developed principles that help face any difficulty without giving in to anger or frustration. In today's video, we'll explore the 3 greatest Stoic secrets to never losing your patience. These are practical and powerful techniques that can completely transform how you react to the world. If you want more emotional control, serenity, and mental strength, stick with me until the end. Because today, you'll learn how to react like the greatest wise men in history. The first Stoic secret to maintaining patience is understanding what is truly under your control. Epictetus, one of the most important Stoic philosophers, said that it is not events that disturb us, but rather our interpretation of them. In other words, it's not what happens that irritates you, it's how you react. Think about this. When someone insults or provokes you, what is your first reaction? Most people feel anger, indignation, a desire to respond in kind, or even to fight back. But why are you allowing someone else to control your emotions? Anger is like a chain that traps you, but the Stoics discovered how to break free. They practiced the principle of the dichotomy of control. What does that mean? They divided everything in life into 2 categories. What is within your control and what is not? What others think, say, or do is not under your control. But how you respond to it is entirely under your control. The moment you understand this difference, your patience automatically increases. Because you realize that getting angry over something you can't control is a waste of energy. The Stoic solution? Accept that others are free to act as they please, but you are also free not to react in the way they expect. Now, let's move on to the second great Stoic secret for never losing patience, the technique of mental distancing. The Stoics were masters at training their minds to see problems from a broader, more rational perspective. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and great Stoic thinker, practiced an exercise called the view from above. This exercise involves imagining your life from a higher perspective, as if you were an external observer. Think about the last time you got irritated over something, a rude comment, a delay, a mistake someone made. Now imagine that you are viewing this scene from a distance, like looking at a tiny dot on a map. Does the problem still seem big? Or do you realize it's just a fleeting moment in your life? The Stoics use this technique to reduce the emotional impact of situations. They knew that most of the things that make us impatient won't matter in a week, a month, or a year. So, whenever you feel your patience running out, ask yourself, does this really matter in the long run? This simple question can prevent angry outbursts and give you incredible emotional control. The third Stoic secret to never losing patience is the practice of voluntary resilience. The Stoics believed that the best way to prepare for challenges was to expose themselves to small difficulties on purpose. Seneca, one of the greatest Stoic philosophers, practiced an exercise called preparing for the worst. He recommended that, from time to time, you put yourself in uncomfortable situations to strengthen your mind. It can be something simple, like spending a day without social media, taking a cold shower, or sleeping on the floor for a night. The goal is to train your mind to accept discomfort without complaining. This technique has a huge impact on patience. When you get used to dealing with small annoyances voluntarily, your tolerance increases. And when something truly frustrating happens, you realize you are already prepared to face it without losing control. Now that you know these 3 Stoic secrets, the question is, will you apply them to your life? What tends to set you off daily? How can you train your mind to become more patient and resilient? If this video helped you in any way, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to Motivation You Need. And comment below, which of these techniques will you start applying first? Your interaction is very important for the channel to keep growing and bringing more content like this. If you've made it this far, congratulations! This means you truly want to develop unshakable patience and live with more emotional balance. Now, let's dive even deeper into Stoic teachings and show you how to shield your mind against any provocation, frustration, or emotional challenge. Beyond the three secrets we've already discussed, there is an extremely powerful Stoic concept that can change how you view any problem. The idea that every obstacle is an opportunity for growth. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." This means that instead of seeing challenges as something negative, you should view them as part of your learning and personal strengthening. Think of all the times you've lost your patience over something small. Now imagine that, instead of getting irritated, you used each of those situations as training for your emotional discipline. When you see every obstacle as an opportunity, your mind stops resisting and starts adapting. If someone insults you, don't see it as an attack, but as a test of your ability to remain calm. If something frustrates you, view it as an exercise in resilience. This way, you stop being a victim of circumstances and become their master. Another fundamental point for maintaining patience is understanding the role of radical acceptance. The Stoics were not passive, but they knew that some things in life simply cannot be changed. If you've ever tried arguing with someone who refuses to listen or have been frustrated with something out of your control, you know how much energy that drains. Stoic philosophy teaches that we should not waste our time trying to change the uncontrollable. Instead of fighting reality, accept it as it is and act from there. If something deeply bothers you, ask yourself, can this be changed? If yes, take action. If not, accept it and move forward. This simple habit can eliminate a significant amount of stress from your life. Now comes one of the most powerful Stoic techniques, the practice of strategic silence. In moments of anger or frustration, the worst thing you can do is react in the heat of emotion. Words spoken in those moments often lead to regret and unnecessary conflicts. Seneca said that anger is a temporary form of madness, and he was right. When we are angry, our emotional brain takes over and we lose rational clarity. That's why an extremely effective Stoic trick is to train yourself to pause before responding. Whenever you feel your patience running out, instead of reacting immediately, take a deep breath and wait. You can count to 10 in your mind, leave the room, or simply choose not to respond at that moment. This small pause can be enough to prevent useless arguments and help you make wiser decisions. Now, a point that few people mention about the Stoics: the importance of humor as a tool of patience. That's right, great Stoic philosophers didn't take everything too seriously. They knew that many times the best way to deal with a frustrating situation is to laugh at it. Think of all the times you got stressed over small things. A long line, a delay, a silly comment. Does that really deserve your anger? Or could you simply smile and move on? Marcus Aurelius said that life is lighter when we learn to laugh at ourselves. So, the next time something irritates you, try looking at the situation from a different angle. Imagine that you are watching a movie and that this scene is just a comedic moment within a great story. You'll realize that many things that seem enormous at the moment aren't really that important. Finally, one last essential Stoic technique to never lose patience: the daily practice of gratitude and perspective. Every day, take a few minutes to reflect on the good things in your life. This may seem simple, but it has a huge impact on your level of patience. When we focus only on what is wrong, every small frustration feels like the end of the world. But when we remember everything we have that is positive, we see that many of our problems are smaller than they seem. Be grateful for being alive, for learning something new, for overcoming difficulties in the past. Gratitude shifts your mindset and makes minor irritations lose power over you. More than that, it helps you maintain the calm and mental strength to handle any life challenge. Now I want to know, which of these Stoic strategies will you apply first? Write it in the comments. And if this video helped you, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to Motivation. You need for more content that will transform your mindset. Remember, patience is not a gift, it's a daily practice. And now you have the right tools to never lose control of your emotions again.